What's up guys, TheMerryGamer here, and welcome back to the JSano Fan Server. And today we're going to be working on the Nether Hub as we were last time, but this time I've gone really far ahead of myself and I've done a lot of work off camera, and I haven't done any of the building yet. We're going to start the building today. We're actually going to start the full-on first actual blocks for the Nether Hub being placed today in this episode, but I've been doing a lot of digging as of last episode. I think, I don't know, I must have clocked maybe about 10 hours on the server or something in the past, like probably, would have had to be probably in the past 24 hours to 18 hours. I've probably spent, maybe about 5 to 10 hours on the server. I've spent a lot. I really wanted to get the digging out of the way for the first tier because it was bugging me that it was going to take so long. I wasn't having really anyone help me besides Ace, who helped me on that first tier, as I said last episode. But yes, so we'll get over into the Nether now, and I will show you what I've done. I do have to say, I'm going to say it straight away, please excuse me if I sound a bit under the weather, or if I have to pause the microphone to cough or anything like that. As I said last episode, how I predicted that I was getting a bit ill, I actually do now have a full-on cold, which really irritates me, because I do have like an exam on Monday, and this episode's going out on Friday. I'm recording this Thursday night, so yeah, it's it's a bit annoying. I've got a cold for, most likely we'll have it through the weekend and on Monday as well on my exam. But hell, you can't really do much about it. You kind of just have to cop it on the chin and take it as it is. So yeah, just thought to give you guys a heads up. But yeah, this is the storage room. This is all netherrack. I've actually thrown a lot of it away. I stopped collecting it by the end of it. But behind here, this is starting to turn into a new storage area where I'm storing materials for the build and everything. As you can see, there's a lot of slabs here, and this comes down back to, as I've mentioned a few times, the parquetry floor. And we're going to begin that this episode as well. We're not going to do too much building this episode. It depends how much I can get into the episode, and also how much and how long I can go with my voice and with my throat. I said before, like, excuse any muting that has to be done because I can't resist the cough sometimes. But I'll show you guys the big room. This has taken quite some time. So this is the first tier room. This is where the first tier is. This is the lower level, and then when it will go up even higher by another, what would it be? 15. How high is it? It's like another 23 blocks, I think, taller. But then it also goes out a bit wider as well on each side. That's the second tier, where all the main portals, there'll be 24 portals along the top tier, and there's 8 portals along the bottom tier. And I want to explain the bottom tier. I'll need to explain this to the server as well, because so no one starts claiming them when I start building it, because that will be the big issue, is that I don't want to happen. So what it is that on this bottom level, the key feature of this bottom level is there's 8 tunnels. Each tunnel has an 8x8 area above it, where it's literally, in the creative world, I've literally just done like a square 8x8 hardened clay square. I was going to do that, but then I was realised, well, I'm going to just probably put netherrack there instead, and let people place what they want there when they eventually claim their tunnels. But it's going to be an 8x8 pixel face of your skin. So for me, it will be my good old skin here. So that will be that face, that beautiful face right there, is what we'll be using for our tunnel. And that's how you're going to identify whose tunnel is what. Instead of using signs, how I did last season, I felt that was, oh, what have I, oh, there we go. Okay, I thought I pressed something wrong there, but no. Alright, yeah, instead of last season, how I used signs and stuff like that, I felt that it was a bit too difficult and too annoying to find someone in the hub. This time we're going to use a big symbol, which is people's faces, which are going to be easy to tell, and since if you go into someone's place, you're definitely going to know their skin, therefore you'll know where their tunnel is. So a much easier way of doing it. But the bottom layer, as I've just got sidetracked from what I was talking about, the bottom layer is the same. It's going to have an 8x8 over the tunnels, but these ones are special locations. So you'll have maybe JSano's face for JSano Land. You might have a witch face for a witch farm. You'll maybe have like a dollar symbol, or like something like I don't know what we're going to do for like the shops. You can have you know, like Witherskelly Farm, Blaze Farm, you know, all to key locations on the server that, like to the end and all that sort of stuff. All this stuff will be accessible on the bottom layer, and that's the key point of the bottom layer, is to separate key locations from actual personal tunnels, instead of getting confused as to where and why certain things in certain locations. Excuse the bling blong in the background. That was just iPad probably telling me Twitch or something in the background. So yeah, we're gonna start on the floor. I do have a secondary window open here. I'm actually gonna turn volume down on there, just so we don't do anything wrong. And I need to decide now which color do I want to go and which way. Okay, well, blue. I've always done blue first. So blue. Let's do. Okay, we'll do blue going. Which way should we do blue? It's shush. Okay, we'll do blue going this way. Alright, so the way this starts is, this is going to be a bit weird for you guys, seeing how I do this. But this is the beginning of the parquetry floor, and it's going to be a bit odd at first, because the way the floor is done is a bit weird down below, because we do actually have some structures right in the way, like right here at the moment. Because this area here, the reason why I have cobblestone slabs here is that this is actually a staircase that goes down, and I designed this particularly for the reason of last season it was very difficult to find a tunnel that had access to the nether. We never had a proper location of how to get to the normal outside nether to go exploring for quartz, nether fortress, or whatever you're going out for. So in this time I've designed it so that there's a staircase, a 2 wide staircase, so it gives you enough room to take a horse down there as well if needed be. And this will be the access point probably to the tunnel system down here, which is a straight shot each side to the nether. So that most likely will be the way you get in and out of the nether each time, I guess. So we're going to do this, and this. So this is the beginning of the parquetry floor, and you might get a bit confused with the pattern, but it will make sense as we go along. It really doesn't. Oh, I really should have an axe with me. I've lost all my stuff again. I got done by. I fell and a pigman picked up my stuff. He's which side is he? He's on one of these sides. I think it's this side. It's wherever Keegan's ladder was. I was repositioning it and I kind of fell right in front of a pigman, and he kind of picked up my stuff. That's why I'm missing a bit of my armor, and I have his sword instead of mine because he kind of stole it off me. But yes, so this hub is relatively big. It's hard to. I'm gonna have to destroy that sign. I'll replace it on the center there or something. This season, it's hard to say what. I don't know. Like a lot of people have asked me, like on the server and from the. Why didn't that not place? From you guys as well that watch me, saying. Like, is this hub going to be bigger than last season? And yada yada yada. Like, just asking like particular questions, and it's hard to say if it's bigger or smaller. I really struggle to really figure out, is it big or smaller? And they're similar. They are very similar sizes. It's not too. It's like I'd say it's similar size, but it's not as big. Personally, I don't think so it is as big. The only reason why I say it's not as big is because last time we had a very small center and very big wings. Oh, actually, no, when I think about it, it probably is bigger, but not as tall, actually. I don't know, there's not a lot of wasted space. That's the one thing I've made sure of this season, is that there's no wasted space. Because I have a feeling that's what caused the lag last season, was the wasted space of the hub. Like, there was so many air blocks and different things going on, and it was very, very frustrating, very annoying, and a lot of people said yeah, the hub was great, but there was so much lag, and that kind of took away from the feel of the hub last season. So that's the thing that I've corrected this season, is to make sure that there's no major lag issues or anything like that. So another thing that you're probably thinking is, wait, why are you placing all these blocks now if you still have area to dig above you? Won't lava come down and fall on top of it? And yes, you are 100% right. Lava will eventually fall down on top of this, and that's something that I have to be careful of whilst building this and when digging the next level. So I think what we'll do is, when I dig the next level up, I'm going to dig from the top down. So then I always leave 1 layer or 2 layers of netherrack in between me and the hub below, so then no lava can fall on the parquetry floor and set it afire, because as you guys can see, a lot of the floor is a lot of wood. Alright, sorry about that once again. Alright, so from here. So again, this is probably going to be a bit slow moving at first. I am probably going to do a cut during this to kind of just get a bit of a move on with it, because I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time doing this today, because, well, you know, I don't want it to be a really, really long episode. It doesn't need to be a really long episode. It could be, like, I could easily sit here, I could easily sit here for like 5 hours and just build this. Like, if I didn't have exams going on at the moment, I'd probably sit down and finish this all in one sitting if I could. But obviously I can't, as in time issues, and since no one's currently helping me at the moment, I'm going to get a few people to help me with it in the future, but at the moment, we got no one helping us with this at the moment. That's because I kind of don't have the time to sit down and message people and try and be like, hey, are you interested in recording so-and-so with me and all that sort of stuff, because I kind of got exams going on at the moment, and I don't have the time to sit down and do that. But that's another thing I do need to bring up as well, is I'm currently studying my exams at the moment, so content may slow down after this episode. As in Prison Architect most likely will stay the same. I doubt that will change. It's a very easy game to record. I literally sit down for an hour and record all the content I need for the entire week, and that's practically it. It's that simple to record. Where this, at the current moment, it is very very heavy on. It's like, you know, like full on, like designing ideas and everything. So it can get a bit complicated, I guess, at times. So it's more time constraining. I just want to make sure I do this right. The last thing I want to do is get this wrong, because I'm building this completely different to how I tried to do it. If you probably don't understand what I mean by that. The way I designed the floor last time was like the way I did the pattern. I had a particular method that I did, and I'm not doing that method like I did last time. So this could get a bit frustrating. This is actually supposed to have some more stone blocks here, so there's going to be a few gaps. What's the time anyway? Okay, we're at about 12 minutes or so, so I'm going to do a tiny bit more on camera, then I'm going to really shock you guys, and I'm going to do a cut, and I'm going to do all this parquetry floor for this little bottom section. Because what happens is that it starts down low, then actually goes up a tiny bit, so a few steps, and then it has another set, and then stairs that kind of go up like here on each side, then it has like a... I won't explain where the portal is in the center, because it's really cool how that goes. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to do a cut here. I'm going to do a whole bunch of this off camera. I'm going to probably do what I want to get done to a good standard. Then I will come back to you guys in a little bit. So see you guys in a second. Okie dokie, guys, welcome back. I do admit, I really hate being sick. As you guys can tell, I probably sound more nasally than that. As I did probably earlier in the video, it's a bit later on in the night, and yeah, my cold's getting worse. So this video ain't gonna be too much longer, and I'm gonna show you what I've been doing. I think it was best that I did kinda go ahead and do the stuff off camera, because it's a bit hard for me to talk for long periods of time because of my cold. So I'm gonna cut to the chase and just start showing it off to you guys straight away. And let me guys know what you guys think in the comments. But this is the beginning of the hub. So I'll kind of get over here so you guys get a bit of an idea. This is a bit of an elevated view. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about the parquetry floor. This is how the design goes. It's literally quartz, birch, oak, spruce, and dark oak. That is the entire floor. I only use quartz as a trim. Quartz is used as a trim and as a breaker. I use it as a way of so the pattern doesn't become replicated. I found when I designed it, I did the design like I originally had like this trim of quartz around, and I kind of did like, as you guys can see, where I have I find an area and I just go outwards from lightest to darkest back to lightest again, and I did that going from the outside in, and it just
didn't look right. So then I started doing ways of cutting the pattern and diverting it into something new. And that's where these kind of diagonal patterns come into play. And that's kind of how the pattern gets changed a tiny bit. So that's kind of the reason why there's a bit of quartz cutting through the centers, like the center of the pattern, just kind of break it and make it into a new one. You guys are probably thinking, what the hell is this? These will be done probably in a later date. I need to touch back on a subject that I brought up in the previous little bit that I recorded before I started building. I mentioned that some recordings may slow down. I said Prison Architect shouldn't be affected, but I believe JSano Fan... it's late. Yeah, it's late in the night. It's like 3 a.m. So I'm tired. I'm sick. I'm losing words. I'll try and make this quick. I won't make this episode go for too long because I need to get this uploaded for you guys for practically in the next 6 hours. But literally, the JFS videos might slow down over the next few weeks. I don't know how many I'll be able to release for you guys because of exams, and because this is a relatively big project. This is the thing that I'm going to focus on at the moment. I also have the town hall to get back and focusing on with Muck, which we haven't discussed yet because I haven't actually finished the town hall, so I need to do that as well. So I don't know if I'll be able to do 3 episodes a week as I've been doing since the beginning of Season 3. There might be 1 week where there might only be 1 episode, there might be 1 week where there might be only 2 episodes, and there might be a week where there might be no episodes, or there could be just 1 episode a week. I really don't know. It just depends how well I can balance time with study and with work, really. So that's really all I have to say. Hopefully you guys don't mind. It's only going to be till the 12th, so let me check my phone for a second if I'm correct, because we're the 24th now. Then I have 1 more week to... Yeah, it's literally just for 3 weeks, and really the last week I probably can get back on top of it relatively easy because I have a good break in between my 2nd exam and my 3rd and 4th. So I probably will only be 2 weeks where there might be a lack of videos, but that's only on the JFS. Prison Architect won't be affected because it's such a simple thing for me to record. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do in between here and the next one, as you can see, I kind of did a mistake with my digging. I forgot that it actually goes up, and like it starts low then actually goes up. I actually did forget about that when deciding on heights and digging. It's at the right height that I need it to be, but we've got all this excess area here, and as I talked about in the past, I don't want any major air pockets, and this is one really big one, because when you think about it, if this closes down, this is enough for pigmen to spawn. There's enough area for pigmen to walk. I could easily slab it, but then I don't want air pockets. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill all this in and then slab it again as I got it, because this level here, this is the actual floor level for the bottom level before you get here where we have staircases. So this is the actual level that actually has quartz around the edge of this, and then we get more of this parquetry floor going outwards. And then you have the tunnels. You have a tunnel like here and here, like 2 in each corner practically. Then in the sideways here, we're going to have doorways, top on this level and on another level. The bottom level will go into the wings. The top level, well, that one, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like a middle platform. It's really hard to explain. I don't want to spoil everything that I've designed, but yeah. So I could easily spoil it, but I'm not. I think you guys might be able to guess what's going on because I haven't really explained what this is. I don't even know if I mentioned it. It was a what. I could have mentioned what this was. I don't even remember. The reason why I put these slabs here, these aren't actually supposed to be here. This is just me putting them there so nothing like a ghast can spawn, because they need like a 5x5, but I've got, it's like a 4 maximum. But I'm just being safe and being a bit cautious and hoping for the best that a ghast doesn't spawn. And the best thing about all this here that we've placed is that the only possible place for things to spawn is where this netherrack is, because that is actually where grass will be, and we'll have mini gardens down there. I just don't have any grass to place there. And these blocks here, these are the only levels where you actually get a block light level. Everything else is 0 because it's a stair. I do notice that you do get light levels on the edge of a stair, which I don't think so you're supposed to. I know mobs can't spawn on them. I don't think so they're supposed to, unless that's changed, which is a bit of a concern. But I haven't seen anything spawn, so that's good. Like, I haven't had any blazers spawn in here, which is really surprising. I think It's changed. Like, I know last season we had issues with blazes, but that's because we were in a nether fortress, and I think that was the real reason. I know blazes can naturally spawn in the nether, but I think they had to be a particular distance from a fortress to do so, and I know for sure is that we're nowhere near a fortress. The closest fortress was right in the corner. I think there's like one in one corner, and I think another one is opened up in another corner because of the world expansion. But there's literally no fortress near us for like 500 blocks or so. So we're pretty safe. So I don't expect any blazes. Like, I would, like, if blazes were gonna spawn, they would already do it, because like all this is light level 0, and the only way to stop blazes from spawning is have a light level 11 or plus. So literally like here, like all this, like they can't spawn on here anyway because it's like a 12 and 13 because it's all nice and close to glowstone. But like all down here they will be able to, although there will be shrubbery and stuff down there. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I need to mention besides that. But yeah, so in between now and the next, I'll get these away so it doesn't take up all the screen. So I think the next thing I'm gonna do is build back up the level here so we don't have all this air pockets underneath. I know a lot of people probably say it's pointless, you can just slab it, doesn't matter. But I'm trying to test it myself because that was one of the major reasons why I believe that caused lag last season, was all the air pockets. And if I can eliminate the air pockets and we still get lag, then the only thing that could possibly cause it is the glowstone. But then we're not using that much glowstone this season. Like, you'll see through the design, there's hardly any glowstone. I've only put it in places where it actually has to be, instead of like last season where we had massive rims of glowstone and like redstone lamps on multiple layers and closing in on each other. So I don't have stuff like that this season. I've planned it very well, and I've been very resource smart since of our kind of predicament with the world border. So I had to be a bit smart. And that's why I use stone. Stone's, well, it's practically an infinite resource technically. But I think that is all I need to talk about. I don't think so I need to bring anything up. If I forget something, I'll probably tweet it. But yeah, it's pretty late. I'm tired. I'm sick. I've had enough. I'm gonna go to bed. So I think that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. So as usual, hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all have an awesome day. And I'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later, guys.